Roy Jones Jr., he had a song. It said, "You must have forgot."
The best pound for pound is mine. Hit Gracie Harris with 4 hooks at one time. Y'all must have forgot.
And in his song, he goes through all the knockouts, all the TKOs, all the crazy stuff he done did. And when it comes to the best duos of the NBA, we must have forgot who really is the best duo. There's been a lot of talk about, who is the best duo in the NBA. Is it LeBron James and Anthony Davis, or Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant? People saying that, right now, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are looking like the best duo. So we had to investigate for ourselves. Is that really true? What boils down to who's the best duo? So KD and Kyrie. Brooklyn Nets, they're 3-3. KD and Kyrie are combined averaging 27.4 points per game. They're averaging 5.7 rebounds per game together, combined as a duo. Averaging. And assist-wise, they're averaging 5 assists per game. Kyrie actually averaging more assists than KD, which is quite impressive. Being that KD in Golden State was a big facilitator, OKC was a big facilitator. His MVP year, he was averaging a ton of assists. So that's really impressive for Kyrie to be out assisting by 1.7 per game. All right, now we're going to move over to the Lakers and LeBron James, Anthony Davis. LeBron James, Anthony Davis averaging 23.2 points per game. They're averaging 8.25 rebounds per game and 6.1 assists per game. So, when we're talking about best duos, we're talking about all-around game, right? We're not going to just talk about one aspect of the game. We're talking about all-around game. And when we're looking at it, KD and Kyrie are scoring more than LeBron James, Anthony Davis. However, LeBron James and Anthony Davis are rebounding more and they're assisting more. The Lakers have a slightly better record. It's 4-2. It's early in the season, but the Lakers are 4-2. Why automatically are people saying that KD and Kyrie are better than LeBron James and Anthony Davis? There's a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is recency bias. Season just started. You're seeing a lot of KD and Kyrie together. They're getting promoted a lot more. They're the hottest thing smoking in town. You would think LeBron James and AD would get more of that praise since they just won a title, but we're already forgetting about that title. This is the bubble title. People already was hating on it, but it's the recency bias. You're seeing KD and Kyrie have a lot more, seems like a lot more epic games that their services have been needed and more often earlier than not. And you're looking at the layoff. KD and Kyrie basically had, Kyrie had like a year layoff. KD had almost 2-year layoff. So they're fresher, and all their moves look crisper, as opposed to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They were in the bubble. They were scrapping. They just won a title. So they're coming out slow out the gate. They're not like trying to score a bunch of points. They're not trying to give you everything all at once. We are prisoners of the moment. Everything that we're seeing thus far, we're like, yo, this is it right here. These dudes right here, that's it. Like KD and Kyrie, they win a title. We're forgetting the fact that 3-3. We're forgetting the fact that they just lost Spencer Dinwiddie for an unforeseen amount of time. We're forgetting the fact that, hey, we're not gonna really say KD's injury prone, but Kyrie has been injury prone. We're forgetting all this stuff because we're just prisoners in the moment. We're living in the moment. We're enjoying what we're seeing, and that's it. That we don't want to hear nothing else that anybody else has to say. That's why we're saying what we're saying. Like, hey, this is it. This is where I have to draw the line, and you have to look at things objectively, right? You can't just say one thing's better than the other because it looks better than the other. That looks can be deceiving. KD and Kyrie have yet to do any of this in the playoffs. The competition that they're facing thus far is not going to be the competition they play in the playoffs. We haven't seen them really play the top 2 teams besides Boston. They beat the brakes off of Boston. I'm going to keep it 100 with that. But we're not seeing them, face Milwaukee, Miami. We're not seeing the grind of the season. With the Lakers, it's already been proven in the playoffs. We've seen what they've done. We've seen how dominant they've been in the playoffs. How everything was basically 4-1, 4-1, 4, but until they got to the finals. We've seen everything with that. Kind of like makes me really want to back off with Kyrie and KD being the best duo is this. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are just relaxing right now. They're not even trying to give you everything. You're looking at KD and Kyrie, they're already going off for scoring, and they're doing extra overtime, it looks like. And what scares me about that is, like, you remember Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, you know, it was steps and levels to everything. Guys didn't just give you their final form. Like, Frieza was like, this is not even my final form.
It's Frieza! What are we gonna do?
This is cartoon references. They didn't give you their final form. Looks like the Nets, KD and Kyrie, they're giving you everything they got. They're giving you what they're going to look like for the rest of the season. As opposed to LeBron and AD, slowly out the gate. They're learning their new guys. It's like a process. They're slowly building it brick by brick. And that's important because when it comes to crunch time, other guys are going to step up. And then LeBron can go off and stuff like that. When you're looking at the Nets, it looks like KD and Kyrie resurgence into the NBA and playing together. It's kind of hindering guys like Karis LeVert. They got the guy James coming off the bench. There's just a lot of other guys. It seems like they're not even getting off like how they used to. Even like looking at DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan he's basically turning into like a glorified Dwight Howard right now. It's layers. It's like an onion. You got to peel the layers. And I feel like with the Brooklyn Nets, we've already peeled everything. We know KD and Kyrie are going to get the ball late. We know when one of them got to go rolling, they're going to get it rolling. We still don't know anything else about anybody else, kind of like how they're getting off, how they're transitioning. And that's kind of scary because you're not seeing anybody else really flourish. I think there's a kid, TLC or whatever. I think he's kind of coming along, but you losing Dinwiddie for an unforeseen amount of time, that's going to hurt, and other things like that. So, we all know who the best duo is. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now it's Anthony Davis and LeBron James. But like I said before, the narrative wants to get shifted. And I'm loving it because I'm part of that recency bias because I have Yes Network and I can watch all the Nets games. And, because I'm on the East Coast, I can see it, you know what I'm saying, day by day. But when you're looking at Anthony Davis and LeBron, you can't disrespect the championship, the work that they put in, the bubble title, whatever you want to call it. And then on top of that, it's like, they're reinventing themselves, changing their game a little bit, and they're retooling to F people up. Hoops Junction, Hoops Meets Hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.